Hello noble ones, what an immense pleasure, and believe it or not, the time has come to cut my very long hair. And perhaps also getting a better microphone in the meantime, but that's beyond the point. Okay, so how do I actually want to cut it? How much do I want to cut it? Well, I've got three options in mind, and who better to ask than my friends, the noble ones. I'm sure the 265,000 opinions will help me make my mind. Well, I'd be stunned if 10% of you actually click this video, but surprise me. Naturally, the first question is, why on green planet Earth would you choose to cut such a long hair? Side question, how long has it even been? Well, to be honest, I don't know. I mean, I know it's been at least 5 years since I last got a haircut. It could be getting closer to 6 years. Goodness gracious, that must be illegal somehow. Hello? Yes? Who is it? Oh, YouTube Demonetization Central Office. To what do I owe the complete lack of pleasure? Do what? My video's gonna be demonetized? Why? Because I said cutting in the title. How about I turn it into catting my hair? Gosh, that is actually a very good idea. I'm gonna get millions of views. Do you happen to be a bot? Right, one of those detective bots. No? No hardly qualifies as the sardonic banter of the private eye. Given this video is not really educational, you're normally used to educational videos, but you see, after 700 videos on educational content and whatnot, I'd really like to have one video about myself. Can you please indulge me with that? Okay, fine, I'll put some historical education in it as well. We'll talk about historical haircuts. Okay, so let's answer the first question. Why cutting the hair? Well, there are a few reasons. So reason number one, it's getting really long, and I mean it, really long. How long? Let's have a look. Okay, so the first reason is it's really difficult to maintain, it's really difficult to manage, it takes forever to dry it, and to be honest, I know I look a lot younger than I am, but I'm actually closer to 40 than I am to 30. That means that yes, it was fun to rock my long hair. On the other hand though, I'd like to start looking a little bit more professional, if you will. I mean, seriously, the length of my hair is longer than the length of the hair of the majority of my girlfriends. I mean girlfriends. Friends who are girls. You filthy polygamous muppet. Reason number two, not enough ways to style it. I mean, as a man, you've got less options as far as styling your hair are concerned than a woman. I mean, think about it. I mean, pigtails, not a chance. I know some men rock side plaits, like 2 side plaits. To me, that's too feminine. So what I'm left with is letting my hair loose, going for a single braid like I did today, or go for a ponytail or a man bun. Well, man bun is already out of the question because I've got a very high forehead, so if I pull all my hair up, I don't think it looks good. So I'm left with what I normally go out with is either a low ponytail or sometimes the braid. The problem I have with the braid is that it looks good on a well-built man with quite a bit of muscle, big beard. Then it looks, you know, you go for a little bit of a Viking look. For me, I don't think I'm muscular enough, and of course if I shave it becomes too feminine, and I don't like a lot of beard on me. I prefer a stubble, like a 3 or 4 days stubble. I think that looks better on me, or perhaps a short beard. So as far as letting it loose is concerned, I like doing that indoors, but the moment I go outside I immediately tie my hair up, because little bit of wind and I turn into Super Saiyan, like literally. I'm not joking, my hair is actually quite thin, and it doesn't have a lot of weight to it, so it's impossible. I've tried it like many times, plenty of times. Go out with my hair, I think I like it like loose on the sides or all on the back. I like it. The moment I get out, 10 seconds and my hair becomes Super Saiyan. I'm like, okay, not a chance, I can't do this. So I don't feel good with myself, and I think that is the whole point. Do I actually like myself? Now, since today we're into cutting, to cut a long story short, I don't believe the super long hair is my strongest look. More on that later. So option number one is medium with a fringe. I used to rock this hairstyle when I was in Japan, and I think it suited me. Option number 2 is an undercut, and believe it or not, I have rocked this one as well when I was younger. And just to show you how I look with shaved sides, I think it's good, but it's of course the most blatant and different style to the way I look now, and I've been looking for quite a long time now. I think it will give me a more modern look, more edgy, and that again brings us to the point of why cutting it, because super long hair, it's good when you're dressed up like an elf, it's good when you wear medieval clothing, or when you want to look like a samurai, but with formal clothing, I don't think it looks good, and I prefer shorter hair, and in this case, this haircut would completely change my actual look. Look number 3 perhaps is my strongest look, and it's medium to longish hairstyle. Again, I used to wear this when I was in Japan, again, because I was in Japan for 4 years, so you can imagine I changed quite a few times my style, and this was the hairstyle that, together with, you know, some confidence and proper basics, dressing well, sort of gained the attention of the girls, I gotta say, more than any other style I've rocked. So this is a pretty good style. I think it's pretty solid, and I believe it suits my face. Perhaps leaving a little bit of beard. Back then I used to be clean shaven all the time, but now I kind of enjoy a short beard or a stubble. But of course, let me know what you think. Do you think style 1 would be the best? Do you think style 2 with an undercut, or should I go for the medium longish look to keep the resemblance of the Metatron that you also are used to, which would also be, I think, the safest? Well, at the moment I'm more inclined towards the third option, because if I don't like it, I can always cut it to an undercut after a couple of weeks. Now, since we are at it, I'm going to show you how I look with a buzz cut, because I did that too with an actual, I think with an actual shaver with probably guard too, so it was super short. I am not going to do that. No, it's not for vote, okay? I'm not going to shave my head, but it's just to show you how I looked. So that's the Metatron with a shaved head. But as I say, no, that's absolutely not out of the question. Now, on a serious note, does hair really matter? And in terms of content production on my channel, you know I do historical reenactment, meaning that I like sort of dressing up like a samurai, like a medieval knight, like a Roman. How is cutting my hair going to influence that? So we're going to talk a little bit about historical haircuts of medieval knights, Roman soldiers, etc. But first off, let's address the first question. So does hair length really matter? Well, here's the thing. In my opinion, I think that hair acts as an amplifier. So it doesn't really matter if you've got, whether you've got short hair or long hair, if you don't have like proper fundamentals right, if you're not confident, if you don't dress well. And when I say well, I mean in a way that is appropriate to you, with your own style. Then the hairstyle, a proper hairstyle, clean and that suits you well, will help you succeed more. So of course I'm all into what a person really is in the inside, absolutely, but unfortunately in this society exterior looks also play an important part. So in my case I've got both sides, meaning that I am a little bit of an artist. My father is a painter, my mother is a poet, so you can imagine that I play the piano, so long hair sort of expresses that part of me, that the artistic side. But on the other hand, I'm also a professional because I have a university degree in languages. I know it sounds strange for me to say it, but I am a language professor. I teach. I've got a very thick curriculum, actually, CV. So for my professional life, I also like looking the part, so I like dressing well, and that's why why when I teach, I normally always have my hair tied up, and I sort of lose, if you see, I lose the volume. That's why I think my professional look would benefit from a shorter hairstyle, whether it be medium or whether it be really short. In fact, I remember this girl once, you know, we talked, she came to my home with other friends, she's 17, and then at one point she's like, hold on a minute, Raf, you mean you have a job? I'm like, I've been working since before you entered the planet. But probably the look I had did not give her that impression, and that happens quite a lot, unfortunately. Not that I care too much what people think. At the end of the day, what matters is the fact that I've been working for many years now. I'm an independent man and whatnot, but I do miss the times where I sort of looked more professional. So what about the sort of characters I play and I represent? Because again, as I said, I'm into historical reenactment. Given a few people have been sort of insulting me, calling me, oh, you watch the videos from that stupid cosplayer of Metatron. I am not a cosplayer, and there is a massive difference between cosplay and historical reenactment. If these people don't know what that means, they should definitely look it up. I do occasionally do cosplay, maybe once a year at Etna Comics, but for the entirety of my free time, I do historical reenactment, and these are two very, very different things. I don't take offense, but you know what I mean. So, of course, the long hair suits the samurai look. A ponytail, samurai armor looks good. It would be good for a Spartan, but I don't have the muscles of a Spartan, so that's no problem. What about medieval knights? Well, we do have some iconography, particularly of late medieval knights with long hair, but please keep in mind, when you say long hair and you talk about a man, you're talking already about chin length, not navel length like in my case. In fact, in the same length of hair, so up to your chin, for a girl it would be considered short. So you see, a lot has to do with culture and cultural understanding of the words we use, but in the majority of cases when we see long hair on knights, it's always this long, like shoulder length or chin length, and it's definitely shorter than women in the Middle Ages. So women had very, very long hair, and men had longish hair sometimes. Knights did that, occasionally with a fringe as well, so in order to prevent it from going in front of you. And to be honest, a fringe with long hair, no, too feminine now. But not all knights had long hair. In fact, would have it short, either like this, like a sort of bowl cut that I'm never gonna do, or for example, the Norman knights, they would shave the back and have it very short in the front. So again, you can reenact a knight, a medieval knight, no problem with short hair. For the Viking look, well, here's the thing. If you consider the Viking look from the perspective of the majority of the people now that watch TV series and media, yes, you need to have very long hair, braided, very long beard, but not all Vikings were like that. I'm sure some Vikings did rock that sort of style, but if you think of the Danish and the way the Britons or the Anglo-Saxons looked at the Danish, then you know the Danes would have short hair, sometimes completely shaved in the back, longer here. So you know, you can be a Viking, you can reenact a Viking without having that sort of now public media look anyways. Now, the sort of warrior that would definitely benefit would be the Roman soldier. If you noticed, every time I reenact a Roman soldier, and I do it a lot on my channel, I always have my hair hidden under the helmet. I can never reenact a Roman soldier without my helmet on, which is a little bit of a shame. So with a shorter hairstyle, I could definitely be a much better Roman. So even if I lose the samurai look, I gain the Roman look. Alright, everyone, but thank you so much for your time. I appreciate the fact that you watched this video, though it's a little bit of an unusual video, mostly about myself. In fact, if you have watched it until now, I've got to commend you. You are amazing, noble ones. I'd like to know what you think, so let me know in the comments below, and I will see you for my next video on the Metatron's channel. And remember, the Metatron has spread his wings. Goodbye.